So the Phantoms dropped the first game of 2020, 6-3 to the Milton Keynes Lightning. So the Phantoms had got the points down in Milton Keynes a couple of days ago, and the visitors today do a job here in Peterborough. Jimmy, I'll start with you. It was a flying start for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was something we spoke about. You know, starting the way that we hopefully mean to go on. And getting goals early is always a good thing, but obviously it's a 60-minute game, and they're a team that we know, having, you know, a couple of days ago they came back at us after we were winning after 2 periods, so we knew they were always in for the fight. So at that point we never thought, you know, the game's over, but it was a shame that obviously we couldn't keep that momentum going, and penalties and things take their toll over the 60 minutes. But obviously they're a very good hockey team, and they kept coming at us after that, and it's unfortunate we couldn't keep the lead.
Robbie, how do you reflect on the second period? Obviously they come back, as Jimmy said, we couldn't keep the lead. They pull it back and then complete the turnaround. They're leading 3-2, and I think it was Paddy who tied it. That's a topsy-turvy, uneven period for the Phantoms.
Yeah, it's not good enough really. I don't think it was necessarily a bad period. I don't think like they were all over us. It's just the mistakes we made that allowed them to score the goals were silly mistakes, were poor defensive mistakes. You cut them out, then potentially we keep the lead, or it stays even and the momentum's change. Fortunately it wasn't to be tonight. So.
I thought that during the second period, obviously Milton Keynes had come back, they'd drawn to 2-2, took the lead, and I think we were knocking at the door. I think Lauday had a particularly good passage of play in that period, and it's these are the fine margins. We tied it up, but I think in the final period we didn't have very much offensively going forward that was threatening on the goal.
No, I think you're right. I think on the balance of play, we had the better of the first period. They probably had the better of the second, but we got that big goal, and it's all to play for going into third, 20 minutes. And yeah, I think you're right. You know, we had shots, a couple of dangerous chances, but maybe not enough in the third period. And they had a lot of possession in our zone. I don't think they created that many big chances necessarily, but they took the ones that were given to them, perhaps. And you know, they made that tough for us to get out of our zone for a lot of the third period. And then when we did, they often, you know, the way that they played had always 3 guys back, and you never got those outnumbered rushes and those chances to create perhaps something a little special or get a goal. So credit to them for the way that they played that period. It's just unfortunate. I think it wasn't down to earth or anything else, but maybe one of those things that we need to review, maybe where the mistakes were made.
I mean, I think here in our own barn we don't lose too many, and I think it would be dangerous to become, you know, for the reaction to be too knee-jerk, if you like. I think, you know, we don't lose too many here. We're over halfway through the season now. Robbie, how do you reflect on it? Phantoms in what looks like third place at the moment, going to the turn of the year.
I think we've done well. I think we've still got more to give. I think if you look back, there's a couple of games we've dropped where potentially we're unhappy about, and we shouldn't have dropped points, so we could have been up maybe second or even up the top there. So I think we need to look ahead and try and build on what we've done so far. It's not a bad start, but try and build, because obviously this is the business end of the season where trophies are won. So we need to get our consistency going and really compete and push for those trophies.
Jimmy, we're third in the league. Disappointed tonight, I could see that from both of you. But third in the league, in a cup semi-final, it's not as bad as all that.
No, and it's a competitive league, and you're going to lose games, even at home. So, like you said, we can't dwell on that too much. We just come back out next home game and go all guns blazing. It's Telford, I think, next weekend, or the weekend coming in a few days. So it's a big game there, big opportunity for us. So, you know, we just prepare for that the way we would any other game. We don't think too much of this tonight. I think we review the mistakes and maybe where they had the better of us at certain times tonight. But, you know, you look at, we've got guys coming back from injury. Glennie just played his first full game after quite a while, which is a positive thing for us. And you've still got Robbo out. Martins didn't play tonight. And we've still got a couple of other guys who have been injured and playing through those, or you know, still fighting to get stronger from those. So that was something that we didn't have to contend with too much last season. Injury-wise, we had a pretty good season. And this season, unfortunately, a lot of our top players have hit injuries. It's the luck of the draw sometimes. So we have had to battle through that, and the fact that we are in the position where we are, and cup semi-finals coming up with guys coming back, you know, there's lots to look forward to.
Thanks for joining us. We'd media team would like to wish you a happy New Year to yourselves and to all of the Phantoms. We'll see you at the weekend.
Cheers.